Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. We're up at Mount Bachelor. This is our hometown mountain. Good for skiing, mountain biking, all the things.
Absolutely. And we're standing around 6,600 feet altitude. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the mountains. You can see Broken Top and South Sister behind me, and what a perfect place to enjoy this sample. And it's the last of our samples from a legend of Five Sip Friday lore, Tim from Mississippi.
Cheers!
Thank you so much for all the samples. This is sample number 9. So you have seen Tim's name a lot on this channel, but this is the first time this year, and it's the last of the samples that he sent us. So thank you so much, Tim, for helping us to get Five Sip Friday off the ground originally. If it's your first time joining us for Five Sip Friday, we nose the glass, take 5 sips, say whether or not we like it, try and figure out what in the heck we're drinking, and ultimately it's revealed. And let's get right to the nose here, because this one already smells good.
Sugary, sweet, oaky.
Cherry-tastic.
Cherry-tastic. Smells like bourbon.
I think that there's a little bit of a Band-Aid thing happening here, antiseptic-ish, that makes me think maybe a rye. But let's find out with sip number 1.
Let's start the weekend. Ooh.
I'm sticking with that Band-Aid note on the nose.
There's a little black pepper, a little black licorice, a little tobacco, some leather. You might be onto something.
There's a little of a bunch of stuff, that's for sure. And it is real spicy. This is an interesting sip.
This is delicious.
You like it?
I do already. I don't know, there's some darker flavors that really hit my palate, and this seems to be that perfect mix of just enough sweetness, but just enough interest.
Interesting. And I'm not sold on this on sip number 1.
Oh, and it's warm. I can feel it. I can feel it settling in.
There's some heat here. Let's go for sip number 2.
That cherry does come through nice now.
I'm saying medicinal cherry, though. This reminds me a little bit of a cough syrupy cherry note.
Wow, we're on such different paths right now.
It's true.
I think this has a really nice finish. There's a nice heat to it. I think it's like a black cherry note that I'm getting.
Wow. Yeah, we're on completely different wavelengths today. The finish for me, not lasting forever, the prevailing flavor there, it's just spice. It's just heat. It's starting to build.
There is a lot of heat at the end.
Yeah. Are you ready for sip 3?
Yes.
Here we go.
I'm not getting so many rye spices, but I did get like a little bubble gum on that note.
Interesting.
Or on that sip, on that note.
I chewed that one forever looking for something new. And I'm still getting the cherry, the cinnamon spice. I'm not getting rye grain notes from it. So there's things that make me think rye, but I'm not getting citrus. I'm not getting rye grain. Not getting any sort of grassiness at all. So I'm starting to lean bourbon here, but I was all rye at the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little bit of that medicinalness that you're talking about now. It is fairly warm.
Yeah.
I'm getting heat struck.
It could just be that we're standing directly below the sun here at this high altitude. But what do you say about sip number 4?
Yeah. This one's going to be a little bit tricky. I think this one could go either way.
This is a tough sample.
It has enough rye-ness to it that it could be a rye, but it also doesn't have those distinctive like baking spices. It's not earthy.
There is one note that's coming through now that I wasn't picking up before, and maybe it's because I've just been letting it sit on my tongue for so long. There's a little toast action here. Really, really gentle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to identify what that might be or who might have done the toasting on it. Are we up to sip 5 here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this came up quick. I like it more the more we drink it. I will say that. Tobacco showed up there on sip 5 for me.
It's funny, the first sip for me was dynamite, and then it's kind of, maybe it gave me everything it needed on the first sip, and then each one has just been a little less impressive.
So we're going in different directions here.
I know, but I still really like it.
All right, we've said whether or not we like it. I think we both kind of like it.
Yeah,
It's not
right
either one of our favorites, but we're right in the middle on it. Yeah, 3 out of 5 sounds about right.
I wouldn't be embarrassed to share it.
That's a nice way to put it, absolutely. What do you think it is?
So, I could go either way on this one, but I'm gonna go bourbon. The nose just screams bourbon. The palate has enough rye to convince me, but I just don't think what I construe a rye is present. So I'm gonna go So I'm gonna go bourbon. I'm gonna go like 126 proof.
Wow, okay.
And I was trying to think of a distillery that reminded me of this, and I just can't. But I'm going to go MGP.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I actually think that's a great guess.
And I don't think it's craft.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with like that. It's not a craft.
All right. I think that's a great guess. I'm starting to lean bourbon on this one, but I'm going to hedge our bets. And I'm going to say that this is a rye. And I'm going to go toasted rye. I love your MGP/sourced whiskey guess here. Let's give it a guess. I'm going to go Doc Swinson's. Just out of nowhere. I don't even know if they're sourcing from MGP. I'm going to say that it's a toasted rye, and I'm going to say that it's 115 proof. Another big thank you to Tim from Mississippi, and cheers to you for helping us get 5 Sip Friday off the ground. What are we drinking?
Okay, sample number 9. Oh, I was going through I was literally going shelf by shelf in my memory.
Did you skip a shelf?
I'm disappointed in myself.
What do we got here?
So I'm going to show the photo. Oh, you might not be able to see it. Sorry, guys. But it is Nulu straight bourbon whiskey, 113 proof. So we kind of split the difference there because I got bourbon. You said 115. So 113. We're close there. Nulu.
And not toasted, by the way.
Not toasted.
I missed that.
But we have a Nulu. I actually think we have a Nulu rye. But there was something that was very familiar about this, and that's why I was kind of Rolodexing it. So.
I think you said MGP, and I'm pretty sure that their stuff is sourced from MGP, or at least it was a couple years ago when we got this sample. So there you go, MGP.
Yeah.
Bourbon for you.
Yeah.
115 proof, close for me.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good here.
Yeah, I mean...
It's a collaborative effort.
I was going to say, we worked together on this one. Cheers.
Cheers, and thanks again to Tim from Mississippi for all the samples, and thanks to all of you for following along from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Finally finished one.